Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for coming down, really, to Cornwall. It saves us doing like a 14-hour round trip, really. Really just want to talk about the position still that you're looking to fill. Obviously, you brought in 4 players yesterday, or at least the deals have been agreed. What sort of positions? Obviously, Nicky Maynard's been thrown around.
Well, I mean, that's not come from myself, really, so I can't say there's anything in that. Okay. I think it's just the number of players we've talked about, like Nicky Maynard. I think my staff will be probably making phone calls, and once an agent knows, everything's going to be in the papers, aren't they? So, we've not even considered making an offer for him. I think we're just asking people what the availability of these type of players are.
Have you got any positions in mind? Are you set on getting another striker or more midfielders? Or?
Yeah, very much so. We're looking. We don't know what's going to happen yet with Snodgrass and McCormack. Yeah. So to replace players like that, you've got to have top quality players. So we're looking all around what we can bring in, hoping that we don't lose them both. And then as and when try and sign the players that I think will fit into where I want to go, really.
Has the loan market ever entered your mind?
Yeah, it's always there. I prefer not to use loan markets, if I'm honest, unless it's for the odd one. I just think loan markets is very good if you're a club that want to give players experience and you want to get somebody cheap who's promising, and that's not the type of player I'm looking for at the moment. I'm looking for players who I know can do a job now. At my age, it's got to be done yesterday, not tomorrow.
Two more questions, really. Firstly, when you think back to Sheffield United, did you ever see yourself managing, or what would you have said if somebody said you're going to be managing Leeds United one day?
Well, I mean, I've even been talked about managing Sheffield Wednesday, which is probably worse than that. I don't think you can ever say never as a manager. I think the thing about me is, I don't think many club supporters that I've managed have not enjoyed my moments, the time when I've been there. I think when I'm in the opposing dugouts, I'm the type of character that you like to hate and you like to give a bit of abuse, and I actually enjoy that type of humour, But I also know that when, like for example, Leeds fans, when I've been with my team at Leeds, they might give me stick, but I also know that the abuse they give me is because they respect me. So I didn't have a problem with that. My son always, he kept me informed before I was appointed that the notice boards and everything else seemed very, very positive on that, and that's all I needed to know, because that's where I want to go now at my age, at my stage. I want to go somewhere that I know they probably need me more than I need them, and that's the situation here at the minute, and that's why I'm determined to do a decent job.
Let's say everything goes as planned, you get promoted. Can you really see yourself leaving the post?
Well, I think that's a bit looking to the future. I don't look that far, Okay. I see people dying every day, 10 years younger than me, so... I've got a tough job. At the moment, I don't think we're good enough to go up. Okay. If we can get the 3 or 4 players that we need now, sort of the icing on the cake, I think we'll have a very good chance of competing at the top level. But, when you look at some of the, the money that I've been found out that people are paying players over this last 2 or 3 weeks, 3 or 4 times more than what we pay. At this level, it's astronomical, really. So we're up against some very big wage bills. The teams that have coming down. Whilst I was told they were slashing the wage bill, the money that they've paid the players they've signed is way above what we can pay. So we're always up against it. The benefit we've got is we've got the best crowd in the division, and home and away, and we've got to make advantage of that, really. And the one thing I can say is that I don't think there's any players that I've spoken to that didn't want to come to Leeds United, which is it's a massive pull.
It is still quite a big club, right?
Yeah,
it is. We are a massive club, really. Lastly, I mean, you've brought quite a lot of players down, a few youngsters. Have you had any that have caught your eye? Are there any that are knocking on the first team?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, young Dominic scored a great goal last night. I thought he's looked sharp in pre-season. I like Sam at right back. I can't tell you what his other name is. Byram. Right, Sam Byram. I like it. He's come through the ranks and done ever so well. But they were a bit short of starting first team games. But very, very good prospects. And you look at the Turner twins. I think there are one. Zach Thompson's growing up a little bit as well. It's good. We've got when you look at Tom Lees and Eddie White, we've got a young group into the other. So it's just a matter of getting what I call the 2 or 3 quality players now, just to give us that extra little bit of what we need, I think, to be at the top end of the table.
Thanks, Neil.